Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here. We're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of January 16th, 2025. The current character challenge is Flashpoint Batman. That is a 1 week repeat. The required characters are Catwoman, Nightwing, and Joker, who you can get at bronze, and silver respectively if you're looking at the lowest tier, or easiest way to get each of them. His passive is Dark Justice, which is Batman's special attacks turn off all aspects of healing. Flashpoint characters on Batman's team have a chance to deal increased crit damage, and it used to say that Flashpoint's characters on Batman's team gain destructive blows, but it meant functionally the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's got 1,500 attack, 1,300 health, was last available on January of last year, 2024. Yeah.
Last year. Oh, wow, 2025. Oh. And we reviewed that more recently. I can't even remember the date in our season 11?
Yeah.
12? Season 12. Best teams, favorite teams. What season are we now? 13? Something like that. Okay.
Something like that.
So top tier, high stats. He is the most important and best basic damage dealer, bar none. Mm-hmm. No quibbles. No argument. I will brook no disagreement. Key reason why everyone on a full Flashpoint team is so good, he doubles the damage from critical hits. He's also the only Flashpoint character that is great on his own. Aquaman, Deathstroke, they're okay, but they become great with Batman. And here's a slightly unpopular opinion, but on a team with Flashpoint Batman, not only does Deathstroke become great, he's actually better than Flashpoint Batman. Batman is the best Flashpoint character when there's nobody else on the team with him.
Yeah.
But Deathstroke is better than Batman on that team.
And he is required for the other greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because of his potential to generate so much damage on either his special 1 or special 2, I guess, but we hardly ever use it, or a basic tap attack combo ender, right? He gets so many extra hits. So Batman's passive, the one ability of boosted crit damage by itself would be enough, but he also has specials that turn off all aspects of healing. It works on Raven's health swap. It works on Reverse Flash's cellular regeneration. It works on resurrections too.
Yeah.
And it also bypasses any dodging or blocking of specials. So it either triggers or it doesn't, no matter what the opponent does. If they're invulnerable from Astral Harness, doesn't matter. If anything, it just has to finish. But that's the key, right? It only triggers at the end of the special. So you could, for example, trigger Raven's health swap with his special 1. And even if the words Dark Justice show up to indicate that this part of his passive is working, you'll health swap, and then you will be disabling her second health swap.
Yeah.
It works against the entire team. It lasts about 7 seconds, according to the wiki. And if you're fast enough, the duration doesn't matter because, you've already won the fight.
Yeah.
The main counter against a Flashpoint team, and specifically a Flashpoint Batman team. I mean, in my mind, a Flashpoint team is all Flashpoint. There's only 3 Flashpoint characters, so it is this team.
Yeah.
The only counter is really Red Sun Green Lantern that negates critical hits. But, that team is tough against anyone. It's just that you notice it more when you take a godly team that does a ridiculous amount of damage and reduce it to the damage output of a normal team.
You lose a higher percentage of your damage by cutting all of the crit damage off, because in a normal team, crit damage only cuts your damage from 250% to 100%.
Right.
But this one cuts it a lot more.
Yeah. So we've got a playlist of Flashpoint team. You should check it out. I like him a lot for the Phantom Zone. Giving him Gauntlet makes it easy to satisfy the steal health and the basic damage attack tasks for Phantom Zone in 1 or 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. We are 38 weeks into sort of that new cycle since the cycle blew up a little bit. We expect to see John Stewart Green Lantern next week. And before too long, a couple weeks from now, we'll see if they're going to keep going with the cycle as is, or if they're going to sort of layer in those new characters the way that they were before, or, some third option, which I guess we'd have to potentially wait longer.
So this is it. So on February 20th or February 27th, depending on whether they want to end on a missing challenge character.
Yeah.
Those are the dates where you expect something to change. Either
potentially.
Something's going to come back or it won't. So those are 2 dates to watch out for, because once you get past that, you can no longer alternate the way they did at the beginning of this sort of new cycle.
Yeah.
And if none of that happens, if there's no alternating and they just keep on going with the old missing or non-missing the old challenge characters that have been around for a bunch.
Yeah.
Then the last week will be Classic Scorpion, May the 18th or May the 8th, and May the 15th would be the date to see if we start back on this cycle or whether we'll actually get the rest of the guys that we're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This week's multiplayer reward is Gingo Fruit, which becomes the Gingold Soda. When it's maxed out, you get a 30% damage reduction from basic attacks. Blocking will stop 22% more damage. You get a 35% damage reduction from crit attacks. And the evolved ability, which is up to a 20% chance to take no damage from basic attacks. So, we just talked about Red Sun Green Lantern, but this is actually something else that would do crit reduction. This is another gear that would be a decent counter to that Flashpoint team.
Yeah, yeah. Last available, did you say?
No, I did not. The 13th of June, 2024. Yeah, and we expect Necron's Scythe to come up next week.
Right. So this is a great piece of defensive equipment. When you use it on the right character, right combination of gears, you can avoid taking any basic damage at all. For example, we demonstrated it on Regime Nightwing, the silver guy. He's actually the main video on our landing sort of page of our channel. So that Nightwing has Gingold Soda, Killer Croc Companion Gear, and he's got a passive that reduces basic damage in half. So you get the basic damage reduction 30% from Gingold Soda. Killer Croc Companion reduces another 20%, and that last 50% taken care of by his passive. He's taking 0 basic damage. In fact, on that loadout, the evolved ability of 20% chance to take no damage from basics doesn't even come into play because nothing hits. And, it's not like you can get credit for it. It would be cool if it was like coupons where you could get money back.
Yeah.
And on Regime Nightwing, if you're doing it like that, you still have 1 gear slot free to use however you want. Razzle Ghouls is good because it keeps draining power, but he's also got a special one that drains power. So, either way, you could kill time. His teammates can stay safe while he's building up power, and Nightwing can tank it and keep the opponent from doing specials.
Yeah. Outside of fights that start like disabling your abilities or specials or stuff like that. Or gears, there's not a lot that anybody can do.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot.
Yeah.
If you're playing right, you should never be taking any special damage.
The other interesting thing is that as a third gear, you could use damage over time gears, which take a percentage of the opponent's health. So that means the damage over time scales up to the opponent, no matter how high their health is. So you could potentially use a silver character who takes no basic damage, able to drain the opponent's power. He can be super effective against much higher stat characters that he should have no business being able to handle.
Yeah.
We've used it with Arkham Knight Batman to make him invulnerable. Now that also required New 52 Shazam as a teammate to give the extra 25% damage reduction. There's so many possibilities, right? But it's it's really a lot of fun. We normally don't like to make really tanky characters, but New 52 Superman was sort of an exception where, because of his passive, if he's in long enough, he just sort of makes his own offensive potential, and it's kind of fun sometimes. It's not the most efficient way, but we make somebody invulnerable, and then he can just have his way with whoever he's fighting.
For sure.
And I guess the one thing I should point out is that that's a big change in our mentality. We used to think that slap a bunch of blocking gears on a character to make them a tank. Mm-hmm. And because of all the unblockable attacks possible, sometimes it's nice to have a mix of those and then include a gear like this that doesn't matter if you block or not, that just reduces the damage that you take.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Moving on to the store, we've got the Rebirth Jessica Cruz Challenge Pack for 200,000 power credits. It gives you that 6.16% chance instead of the normal 2.86% chance you have of getting every character. In the normal challenge pack, we've done the math. It is not worth it unless you're selling back basically every other character.
And I think John Stewart Green Lantern is one of those ones that doesn't have his own pack. So usually the clue or the reminder that he's coming up has to do with a different Green Lantern pack. And I think the last time it was also Jessica Cruz.
Yeah.
Challenge pack.
So there we go. Next up, we have the Ultimate Bundle Bringers of Justice for $124.99 Canadian. That's the currency we have access to, so that's the info we provide.
That's the only currency that matters. And it's been that price for a long time, but it's funny to remember that when it was first introduced, it was $66.
All the way back in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it went up to 99, then went back to 95, and now it's been at 125 for as long as we can remember.
So it, quote, contains 10 of the best heroes. That's their words, not ours. Comes with New 52 Superman, Dawn of Justice Batman, Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman, Injustice 2 Aquaman, Earth 2 The Flash, Yellow Lantern Hal Jordan, Martian Manhunter, Rebirth Green Arrow, Earth 2 Hawkgirl, and Arkham Knight Batgirl. These are all challenges except for the Dawn of Justice Batman, who used to just be a random drop. So, you know, not worth it. That's so much money to spend. Like, so much real life money to spend on an in-app purchase in Injustice Mobile. Yeah. We also have the Icebreaker pack, but that's in its second week. And that is all the new stuff going on in the store.
Right. Phantom Zone back for 2 weeks. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was Deadshot, Wonder Woman, and Static. This coming weekend is probably Zatanna, Flash, and Solomon Grundy. There's a link in the description to a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as current glitches go, we go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. However, even if nothing changes, we still do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month. Most recently, that was a recap from January 2nd, 2025. You can also see a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Working Glitches, linked in the description of this video. And so when we do that more detailed review, we emphasize the sort of things that matter that might not be as obvious on the first viewing of those videos.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing worth mentioning this week is that the challenge reset glitch has been confirmed to be working on this week's Flashpoint Batman challenge.
There we go. And to finish up, we'd like to give a huge thank you to all of our lovely patrons on Patreon. That's Michael Devries, Irvin, Ruiz, Hoshi127, and Nora Klimek, supporting us on the credited level. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks so much to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.